All right, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. Pastor Dowell here. Well, did y'all see those shocking aerial footages of all the people literally coming from other countries down there at that border? Well, why is it? What is going on? The reason why the Democrats or Joe Biden, the Biden administration, don't want to do anything about it. Mind you, this is just my opinion, just my take. The reason why the Democrats or Joe Biden doesn't want to do anything about the border is because there's a hope that once these people are already in this country, and I might add you, 400,000 people. You got to imagine what type of communication is being sent out to these third world countries that is welcoming them and inviting them to come to the border of the United States of America. What is really being said? But to the tune of 400-something thousand people a month is infused into this country. Now, mind you, my people, we've been here since slavery, all right? But watch this, probably before slavery too. You know, some indigenous people of the land as well. But check this out. The melanated people, commonly called the Negro or the black in this country, guess what? We are already a minority even to all these so-called quote-unquote immigrants, migrants, illegal immigrants. What title are they going to come up next with? I mean, because they're always trying to do everything politically correct as far as offensive statements and everything. But what are they going to do about it? Well, I'm going to tell you, here's the future. The future is that these people are pretty soon going to be infused into the U.S. economy. And I tell you what, white folks, y'all getting ready to get breeded out. That's for sure. They're going to make sure that by 2040, white people are going to be a minority here in America. Now, I'm not saying anything disparaging. I'm just stating what I believe to be truth and facts. And that's just the other day, I saw a commercial. And it was speaking against racism. And they're speaking against Jewish racism, black racism, Hispanic racism, all the different types of racisms in the nationalities. But watch this. There was one particular color that was left out. White. Man. So what do y'all think I'm trying to say here? Read between those lines, but check this out. We already the minority in this country right here. So the Democrats are hoping that this base that will eventually become American citizens, because they're going to do it. And don't tell me they ain't going to do it, because Americans are very schizophrenic when it comes to voting. Do you know, think about this for a second. I don't care if it's 4-year term or 8-year term. This doesn't happen, I cannot tell you how many times in this country. 1 minute you have a Democrat in office. Next minute it's a Republican. Next minute it's a Democrat. Next minute it's a Republican. Next minute it's a Democrat. Next minute it's a Republican. Next minute it's a Democrat. Next minute it's a Republican. Next minute it's a Democrat. Next minute it's a Republican. Pretty much based on the history of this country, we're pretty much close to running neck and neck 50-50 concerning access to who's going to be the president, be it a Democrat or Republican. I need to throw this in there in the fray as well. Is this going to be the election that they're actually going to let a third party come in besides having a two-party dictatorship to where you only get to pick between the greater of two evils, Democrat and Republicans? Are they going to let the independents come in? Is Robert Kennedy going to be included in the debates? That's the question. Let me get back to the immigration right here. So, all these people, how are they getting fed? That's a long way to be walking. They're over here at the border. There's nothing nobody can do about it. But the future is going to say that these people are going to be American citizens. They're going to absorb them into the country. And they are eventually are going to end up voting Democrat. They just got finished making sure that they got millions upon millions of more votes that came from the immigrants, the immigrants or illegal immigrants or immigrants. I don't know what you want to call them, migrants, or they come up with all different types of titles and different names for these people. But you think about that. That means the Democrats are going to be really have a hard base of Democrats are going to be voting for them, especially think about this. You look down the line, they're probably looking at a rule for the next, instead of Democrat, Republican during the election phase, they're probably going to looking at the rule of this. the Democrats probably going to be in power and be in office for 8, 16, 24 years straight. And it's getting to the point now that the Republicans are literally going to not stand a snowball chance in hell of ever being elected if all these people end up becoming citizens in the United States of America. Because if they came over to this country under Democratic rule and nobody got deported, nothing has been done about them. Not only that, can you imagine? This is just me, myself, thinking out loud. Can you imagine how many criminals have come across that border? Not only come across that border, can you imagine how many terror cells have came across that border? I mean, I can let my mind run just as wild as anybody else thinking about what positively could be taking place here, just looking out. And that's the reason why I keep telling y'all, you better invest in yourself. You better get your own homestead, learn how to guard. You better get a couple of families around so y'all can be able to defend that position, because you ain't going to be able to do it yourself, especially in a real world without rule of law and the world gone mad. But the Democrats are making sure that they are going to be winning elections for decades to come. Because these people, with the way these rules and the way this country is going, and of course, I'm going to tell y'all what a lot of people don't want to hear. We're the United States of America, another faction of Rome. We're at the end of this thing as far as us running and being so-called, quote-unquote, a great nation. All empires fail. All empires fail. And when you got a military bases in over 200 countries in the world, that's us, United States of America, we're an empire, kind of like Rome, kind of like Alexandria the Greek. And the empire is coming to an end. How do you know the empire is coming to the end, Pastor? Because history have this uncanny ability to be able to repeat itself. Let me run just a few things down to you. Number one, they devalue the currency. Number two, immorality becomes on the rise, and there's no more morals and values in the country. And that's bad. Number three, the so-called democratic election process and stuff is being stolen. I mean, literally stolen by whatever powers that be or whatever it is. I mean, I'm still rolling here. Thank you. I'm at 3 already. And when you sit and you turn around and look at the flood of immigrants in this country and stuff, you're watching with these first 4 things I just named right here, that's clearly showing you the decline of the country. This is the one everybody gonna hate right here. Number 5 is when you put women in position of power that are not men of war, that don't even build cities and build nations and countries. You put them in power, you empower them, they're going to end up voting through their emotions and stuff, and the nation does not, it ain't no choice but to be soft. Just to be soft, because you end up losing all the warriors. The little warriors that we did have in this country, they became farmers. The children have noble dreams or ambition even becoming farmers. So with everything that has gone on in this country, you can have another 9/11 event, but there won't be no warriors. There won't be no farm boys from the South going and joining the military, be it the Navy for the Navy SEALs or the Army Special Forces or the Rangers. Look at all them deer right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They just simply ain't gonna do it. Because everybody, there's so much injustice, so many lies. And when you look at this news media, all it does is just make you sick to your stomach till you want to puke. That's all it does. Because nobody is telling the truth today. And if you're going to get any form of truth, then it gets censored. And if it gets censored, next thing you know, you are literally kicked off all these platforms in a country that allegedly is supposed to have freedom of speech, because the people that have the platforms is hiding behind privacy rights. That's how they do it. There's a loophole and everything. Well, if there's a will, there's a way. It's sad and it is sorry. It is bad what's going on. Well, so what do y'all think about my assessment? And by the way, if you want to hear more videos about this, and as I continue to keep prophetically predicting the future of this country, and I might add, I've been 100% spot bang on over the last 20 years of predictions, and anything that I predict, it's because I don't believe I'm getting it just from my own mind. I think it's coming from the Holy Spirit. But anyway, hey, you want some more of this content? Look down in the description down there below and look at ways you can support me and look at ways you can actually really hear what I got to say without being censored. Go over to my Patreon channel and check that out. I may even start posting videos on Vimeo, and might as well go ahead and pump and prime and put some infusion into my Rumble account as well. But anyway, hope I said something to stimulate thought. What do y'all think about my assessments? King coming.